Howdy, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video for Tower Fantasy. My name is Ventus. What's good? Alright, guys, in this Tower Fantasy build video, I'm going to show you 3 teams that I like to run with Zeke, 2 DPS, and 1 Shatter Team. Now, really quickly, if you're new here, do me a favor and sub to the channel with notifications turned on. And then after this video is over, if you found it helpful, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Let's try to get 30 likes on this video. Then if you have any questions about this or anything else Tower Fantasy related, go ahead and put it down in the comments, and I'll be able to answer you, or somebody else will get to you. And then if you want more information, just head over to my channel and check out the playlist that I've made for Tower Fantasy. Since this came out on PlayStation, I've made a ton of tutorial guides to help people play the game better and like more efficient. All right, so let's get right into this build. Alright, so the first team comp I want to show you is what is considered by many to be the meta team comp right now, and that is going to be Zeke, Lewa, and Land, or Onyx Tortoise, Pine Comet, and the Vermilion Bird. Simply because this, right now, I believe Pine Comet is probably the top DPS in the game, top DPS weapon in the game. If not, it's definitely the top fire DPS in the game. And then you have Vermilion Bird, Land, and that's going to be one of the best, if not the best, off-screen damage that you can use. Both of these weapons are absolutely amazing by themselves, and they absolutely destroy when put on any team comp, especially a fire team. Now, as you know, Onyx Tortoise is both a grievous weapon and a fire weapon, or you can use this weapon to get the fire resonance bonus. But with both of these weapons, the Pine Comet and Vermilion Bird, you're going to get that fire resonance bonus already. All right, so when it comes to weapon chips for this team build, I mean, we can be here all day debating what weapon chips you want to use. Everybody has their own different perspective on what weapon chips, and everybody has their own different abilities for weapon chips as far as what weapon chips they have. So I'm just going to show you the weapon chips that I have and what I use for this team comp. So on Onyx Tortoise Zeke, I'm going to use 2-piece Zeke and 2-piece Crow. The 2-piece Zeke says increase Serpent Chain member limit to 5 when at least one physical or flame weapon is equipped. Increase physical attack and flame attack by 14%. This set effect works in the offhand slot, and only the set with the highest star rating will take effect. And then I've got Crow. It says 2-piece set, increase crit damage to targets with less than 60%. Ideally, I would love to have a 4-piece set, but I'm still missing one of these chips. 4-piece set, after applying the snake bite effect, increase physical attack and flame attack by 9% for 30 seconds. This also takes effect while in the offhand slot. While in the combat state, increase final damage by 14%. Now, if you have all 4 of the Zeke chips, I definitely suggest using them, but if not, 2-piece Zeke and 2-piece something else would work. For my Vermilion Bird, I don't have anything really special fancy, so in the comments, if you know like a really optimal weapon chip set to use on Vermilion Bird, I would love to hear that suggestion down in the comments, and I'm pretty sure everybody else will benefit from that knowledge. But for me, as of right now, I just use a 3-piece Barbarossa set. It says upon switching to the weapon, gain 62.5% damage reflection for 3 seconds, cooldown 30 seconds upon switching to another weapon, gain a 25% damage boost for 5 seconds. So basically, the reason why I have this set on my Vermilion Bird on Land is because Land's not going to be on the screen for me a whole lot. I switch to Land, use the alt if I have it, a discharge skill, and then I hit one of the parasol skills where the character sort of dashes around wherever the parasols have spawned in at when you use the weapon, and then it does like some damage, and you can switch off, and those parasols will stay on the field, and they just deal some pretty good off-screen burn damage. And then finally, over on my Pine Comet, now this is going to spark a lot of debate in the comments, and I would love to hear for it. I love to hear it, and I'm here for it. All right, so I've got a 2-piece Huma set. It says hitting targets with dodge skills inflicts bleed, dealing damage equal to 15% of attack for every 5 seconds. And then I've got the Shiro 2-piece, increase both damage and shatter to targets with more than 50% HP by 15%. So the reason why I went with Huma with this is because during my streams, my super helpful chat, and if you want to be a part of that super helpful chat, please come on into the stream whenever I stream. But they tell me that the main attack that you're supposed to do with Pine Comet is going to be her dive skill, where she just slams the paintbrush down on the ground over and over and over again, and that is a dodge skill. So it just seems to me that makes more sense that I want that dodge skill to add some bleed damage, so it does damage over time to add to my overall damage. And then we've got Shiro, increase both damage to shatter, both damage and shatter, so it just increases both damage. I mean, it's a very basic set to use, nothing that's too specific. I mean, obviously, if you have the Pine Comet chipset, you want to use that, but I haven't even seen the Pine Comet chipset because the game just doesn't give it to me. So. Alright, so the next build I want to show you is one that focuses on Zeke being the main damage dealer, meaning that he is going to be the on-field weapon that is on the field the most, because I just love using the Zeke weapon. The two weapons I choose for that is going to be Lyn and Shadow Weave, and then Vermilion Bird Land. I keep Vermilion Bird around for the same reasons as the first build, because it has great burn damage and off-screen damage, and when you switch to it, you can hit the skill and then switch right back off. And then I chose to switch out Pine Comet for Shadow Weave. It's because basically it's just a really good off-screen damage weapon, and there's a specific passive that I like on this weapon, and I'll read it to you. So it's a function off of the skill Moonlight Realm, and it's called Weapon Master. It says passive Weapon Master Flame. When Shadow Weave is paired with two flame weapons, Moonlight Realm is converted to Flame Moonlight Realm. When a target is burned while in Flame Moonlight Realm, they are burned for an extra 4 seconds. Targets with shield take an extra 15% flame damage. So I thought that was pretty huge. I'll read what Moonlight Realm does anyway. It says, create a Moonlight Realm around yourself for 15 seconds. Your attack in the realm is increased by 15%. Jumping ability increased by 20%, and endurance consumption is reduced by 50%. The cooldown time on that is 30 seconds, and the rest of that stuff there. Let's just see what it says. Enter a special state, Air Bloom. When using Shadow Weave in the realm, your fall speed is greatly reduced, and you can perform multiple double jumps. In the state, using directional controls and jump button while mid-air will perform a roam and launch an attack on the target. Upon hit, deal damage equal to 66% of attack plus 187, and randomly generate 1 to 3 epiphyllums. I'm not sure exactly what that word is, I don't know, but that's the reason why I chose this weapon for the passive, and I think it works really good. You have this weapon, Lyn, is a attack weapon, so you're gonna get the weapon attack resonance. And since I haven't read it yet in this video, weapon attack resonance says equip at least 2 DPS type weapons to activate, increase final damage by 10%, which in team play is increased by a further 40%. So when it comes to weapon chips for this build on Zeke, I'm going to keep 2-piece Zeke, 2-piece Crow. On the Vermilion Bird Land, I'm going to keep the 4-piece or 3-piece Barbarossa. It says, upon switching to the weapon, gain 62% 0.5 damage reflection for 3 seconds, cooldown 30 seconds. Upon switching to another weapon, gain 25% damage for 5 seconds. So switch to the weapon, get damage reflection, use the skill, use the alt, switch to a different weapon after I'm done using Vermilion Bird, and I get a 25% damage boost to my next weapon. And then over on Lyn Shadow Weave, I'm just going to use a 4-piece Shiro set. It says 2-piece set, increase both damage and shatter to targets with more than 50% HP by 15%. And the 4-piece set, upon entering battle, gain a 20% damage boost for 35 seconds, resets 5 seconds after exiting battle. Alright, and the final build of the video that I want to show you is a straight up Shatter Team, and one team that is super fun to use because it uses one of my absolute top 3 favorite weapons in the game, and that's going to be Lyra. And then of course we've got to use Shiro. I've got Shiro at 1 star thanks to randomness, and Shiro is, from what I'm told, the best shatter weapon in the game at current, especially if you get those stars on Shiro. So if you've got Shiro, you lost 50-50 to Shiro, and you've got a number of stars to Shiro, don't fret. Don't dismay, you have a really good shatter weapon in Shiro. Alright, so what's really good about this build is you have the weapon resonance for Grievous. It says when the weapon is fully charged, the next attack will cause enemies to become Grievous for 7 seconds, increasing their damage received by 20% and dealing damage equal to 137% of attack. When in team play, physical damage dealt to Grievous targets is increased by an additional 20%, and that says that for all of these grievous damage type weapons, so that is a huge plus when using grievous weapons. When it comes to the weapon chips for this build, I'm going to stay with the same weapon chips I use for Zeke, 2-piece Zeke, 2-piece Crow. Over on my Lyra, the Vesper, I'm going to use this, one of my favorite chipsets. It's going to be 2-piece Zero, and the 2-piece set of Zero says using a discharge skill to switch to the current weapon, gain a shield equal to 150% of attack for 6 seconds. And I love having shields in this game. And then I've got 2-piece Samir, increase damage progressively by 1% upon hitting a target, stack up to 10 times, last for 1.5 seconds. Now over on Shiro, this is pretty on the nose, but I'm gonna use a 4-piece Shiro set on Shiro's weapon, increase both damage and shatter to targets with more than 50% HP by 15%. 4-piece set upon entering battle, gain 20% damage boost for 35 seconds, reset after 5 seconds. Alright guys, and that's going to be it for the video. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up, and remember, chill. These are just largely suggestion based. Nothing here I've said is written in stone. Nothing is saying that this is the best and everything that you're doing is wrong and what I'm doing is right. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just giving you my suggestions for Zeke builds. Now, if you have knowledge that you want to impart, that you want to share about builds, about weapon chips, about teams, about rotations, go ahead and put that down in the comments in a polite and constructive and positive way to help me, to help the viewers, to help everybody to grow in this game. And again, just suggestions, guys, so just take it easy. We get it. You're Gosus of the game and you know everything, so if you do, instead of like being nah, just let us know down in the comments what you would do differently, because I would love to read your suggestions. I actually love reading suggestions in this game. I love reading paragraphs for things in this game to help me grow and to help everybody else grow. All right, so with all that being said, thank you guys. My name is Ventus SGN, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.